hockey fans, it's time for BoardCheck, Impact Media's weekly drive through the neutral zone of the world of the Carolina Hurricanes, the Nashville Predators, and show it. We got it. We got it. There you go. The Atlanta Gladiators had a little glitch there. Not sure what's going on. Plus a little NHL and other things going on there. Now, you guys haven't seen me in a while. I haven't seen some of you in a while. Unfortunately, things happen. Unfortunately, things happen. A lot of good, a lot of some bad here and there. I got sick, not real sick, just a weekend or so, but that kind of knocked out a week, and there was a couple holidays in there, and then best news ever, at least right now, best news of the year is I have a new little niece as of Saturday night. I have me and Jake Skinner and John Watts from here at Impact Media. We all went to celebrate Jake's birthday. Happy birthday once again to him. We all went out to celebrate his birthday at the Gladiators games. What he wanted to do, and I said, absolutely, get in the car. We're doing. I'll talk a little bit about that game here in a minute and our fun times there. But I came out of that game. I knew I was on niece watch. I knew it could be any time that my brother and his fiance could be welcoming in their daughter. And we got back to the truck. This was 10:30 on Saturday, and I sat in the back. I sat in the back seat, not the back of the truck. You don't do that. But I sat in the back seat. So opened the door, took my phone, tossed it into the seat, climbed in, put my seatbelt on because I'm a responsible adult. And after I did that, my phone went off. Just a simple text message, and it was from my mom, who is now a grandmother. My dad now a grandfather. Those are awesome. But she said she's here. That's all she told me, and that's all I needed to know. And Sunday, I was able to go check out and go see my niece. She's doing good. Mom's doing good. Dad's doing good. Um, doing fantastic. And man, that's just some fantastic news. I get lucky. I got some really good family and friends around me. Hopefully, you guys do as well. If not, hey, find us. We'd love to be your friend. We really would. It's just where we are at Impact Media. We're here to help. We're here to entertain. And other than that, I am excited to be back. More than excited to talk hockey. My goodness, I probably talked Liam and Claire and JD's ears off at Gladiator games. I've been to a couple of them this year already. Let's talk a little bit about that first. You got my time, or normally when I go to Gladiators games, I sit up on Media Row and do some fun stuff up there. That's where you guys see my videos. You guys see some of my other stuff. But on this night, we bought actual tickets. We sat basically across from where the Zamboni comes out. We were on the other side near the towards the corner where when they start games, well, the away team comes out actually. Now I think about it, that's where the away team goes. Good seats, really good seats. Always good seats out there at the arena. But we had a good time. I was able to take Jake and John up to the media area, a place they've never been before, and a place I have so much fun. And that was fun. For anybody who hasn't seen the arena from up there, find a way to do that, but do it legally. Don't just sneak up there because it's really dangerous. But it was really cool when they first got to see the ice from up top like that. It's magical. It's really cool. And they were able to meet Liam and JD and Claire and a lot of other amazing, fun people from up there on Media Row, and just overall good time. The only thing that would have made it better was if the Gladiators had won, especially in overtime. They were so close. They just This team, man, is so good. Got so much talent. They've got the lines in really, really good places. I think Coach Niels and Coach Nezzy do such a great job. Pyle has done such a good job of getting the right guys in here when he can. It's hard to do on the ECHL level. Not everybody wants to trade with you because most of the time they're prospects that go to other levels or to other directions, and those teams are like, no, you're he's staying on that team. I'm not putting one of my prospects halfway across the country. But man, this team is just so good, and I mean you start right there with Fossier and Sylvester and the leadership. I mean, we got Fossier back now. Our Cranny does such a good job. You got Reese Fratelli, who is just is emerging as that next big potential player, man. Just Navrid Mutter, who's one of my favorites. That dude, him and Marchesson, just man, this team, and I can't forget Mitch Walensky, and that's just the forwards. Get into when you get into Prokop and Lucci and Kalista, Jack Mateer, you got Gravy, and even Yoder. I mean, these guys, this team is just so fun to be around. Um, I really wish, I really wish they could get a few more bounces. I think that's the difference in this team than other years is they're just not getting the bounces, and you got to get a little bit of luck. You got to get a little bit of bounces your way, or you kind of have an up and down year the way they've had it. But this team just continues to never give up. Um, you know, Gustav Grigals, the boy wonder behind nets. We had Tyler Harmon. And Tyler Harmon got a little dinged up. Wish him the best. I think he'll be back in the maybe in the not so distant future. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but we signed Brad Barone, and I'll be honest. There have been games that I didn't know who the starting goaltender was, and I had to look at the numbers to figure out who it was. And a lot of times between Barone and Gregals, they're one and the same. They're one and the same, man. They do some just incredible things. They're so much fun to watch. I've always been a big goalie guy, big defensive guy. I don't know why. I'm weird. You guys know this by now, but man, this team's fun to watch. Definitely go try to catch some of these games coming up. There are some really really good games coming up. We're going to talk about those here in a second. Uh, actually, let's talk about them now. Let's talk about them now. Today being the 25th, they will play this Saturday in Orlando, and they will play Monday in Orlando. So I guess they get Sunday to go check out the sites and everything. And then we'll talk about it more next week. But Friday night, they will be in Jacksonville before having back-to-back home games because these wonderful games are coming up that are going to be really, really awesome. Saturday, the 3rd of February, whereas I got it written somewhere, there it is. It is Women in Business Night. And like I said, I'll have more details on that next week, but they are really encouraging the female fan base. They're going to have some incredible pioneers, incredible leaders, these women that do just amazing things. I think somebody from some of the local businesses is going to be there. I think one of the amazing ladies from the Allen Americans of the ECHL is going to be there, and they're just to celebrate so many great things that women have done, whether it's in sports or not. I mean, you can do great things. It doesn't have to be in sports. You can, whatever field you're in. I always applaud nurses and pharmacists and pharmacy techs. Maybe a little biased on a couple of those. Teachers, just medical professionals in general. Whether you're part of the military or the police or the fire department or if you pump gas, be the best gas pumper there is. If you're a waitress, we need somebody to bring the food. We need somebody to fix the food. That's why we go to a restaurant because we don't want to do those things ourselves. So Just everybody find something and be really good at it. Find something that you enjoy and just do that. And Women in Business Night is all about promoting that. And the file that would be the Sunday, the fourth is going to be Stick It to Cancer afternoon. It's really night, but afternoon. It's going to be at 3 p.m. on that Sunday. Uh, I'm probably not going to miss that one. That's going to be a great one. Hope to see all you guys there. So they good. They're not playing on the Super Bowl. I was. They have a man. They have a big trip to Indianapolis coming up. But the Gladiators, they're more than hanging in there. They fight hard, and not just because they fight. They fight hard, and um, like I said, they just got some really great things coming up. You're going to see us doing some more things at the arena. Maybe you'll see a couple more of us at the arena. We did get this chance to meet a lot of you guys and to talk to a lot of you guys. It was so much fun. Jake and John and me walking around. It was fun to be back among the people. We did that a lot up until this season. Just fun. Gladiator fans, man, you guys you always bring something different to the table, and it's so much fun. It really, really is. But that's kind of my Gladiators corner. We're going to talk more about the games and stuff next week. But I've been gone for so long. I just want to catch you guys up and so many fun things. Just go catch a Gladiators game. I promise you, it's going to be worth it. Don't feel bad if it's out of your bracket for the jersey auctions. My goodness. But if you go on a night they're doing a jersey auction, just stick around the lobby and check out some of those. Those just get incredibly amazing. Just to see the money that gets raised for charities and to see the happiness on people's faces when they win those. Just incredible. Um, just I don't know, maybe somewhere down the road we'll figure out a way to be a part of that. I don't know how. It will not be by purchasing one. I promise. I promised my wife that I uh, would not bid on a jersey, and I will do that. But they're so much fun, so definitely go check those out. Let's talk a little bit about the Predators, the Nashville Predators. I like that since this is kind of Cancer Month in the NHL and the way they celebrate survivors and people that are fighting and things like that. They did a really good write up on NHL.com about Craig Baugh, otherwise known as Partner, who has been with the Nashville Predators as a locker room attendant since the inception of the team in 98, 99. Did I get that right? It's since the inception of the team. He has been a locker room attendant. This guy's awesome. I have never met him, but I would imagine all the players and the coaches and everything that was in the write up about him just spoke so highly about him, and just incredible story. Just go read it. This guy, man, he's a survivor, and just I love stories like that. I just love stories like that. Now, you guys, while I was gone, like to send me questions and comments, suggestions, and ratings and reviews, and we appreciate that. If you want to find us on, this show has its own X at BoardCheck. It has its own YouTube, BoardCheck 99. So we love all the questions, comments, suggestions. We love when you subscribe to the show. We love when all those amazing things happen. And one of the things you guys asked was for me to, how do I see these teams right now? How do I see Nashville? How do I see Carolina? Okay, fair enough. Let's start with Nashville. Right now, if you look, the stats are spread out. And why are they spread out? Because they play more as an organized team. They are now. It's not saying that the Canes are not this, but just the way I see Nashville, they more like to pass more. They like to set each other up. And sometimes that means they don't bounce our way. Sometimes you should shoot um, as opposed to passing. But in their case, they are able to kind of spread the wealth, and you notice that with a lot of their stats. They are more team oriented, more um, like I said, once again, it's not that the Canes aren't, but it's more. I'm trying to think of the word here. It's more about getting everybody involved. Like Philip Forsberg has 22 goals, and you would think, oh, okay, well, a lot of times whoever leads the goals usually leads the assists. No, Roman Yossi, a defenseman, leads the team with 31 assists. Now, Philip Forsberg does have 27 helpers on his own for 49 points, so he does lead that. Normally, one of the two of those will lead the points. Very rare that you don't lead goals or assists and you lead the points. But you go up and down the roster, and it's like everybody is getting involved on the score sheet, and that's where it's going to differ with Carolina. And I'll get into that in a minute. UC Saros, after kind of a weird start, has buckled down and continued to show everybody that he's one of those top 5 goalies. There's a lot of teams in the league that have goalie issues here and there. I don't think the Predators are one of them. You can easily say Toronto any year. Carolina, up until Frederick Anderson with the blood clots and everything. Now now you get Pyotr Kochetkov and you get Antti Ranta, the returning Antti Ranta, that are holding down fort and doing a good job with that. But if you don't have that depth, then Carolina could be in a world of hurt right now. There's a lot of other teams when they lose their top guy or their backup, boy, things start to look a little bleak there for a second. But neither one of these teams are definitely in. They're not in that boat for sure. But as far as Nashville, I like the team oriented part. There are some stars emerging, but not to a level where they're outshining everyone around them, which I don't see as necessarily a bad thing. There's more than one way to do things, and that's one way that they are getting it done. Kevin Lankinen, by the way, has been able to step in and give Saros the night off when he needs it, and it's like nothing. You don't miss a beat. But my assessment, I love the team play. I love that they try to get everyone involved on the score sheet, and I love that they actually execute that. Now, as we move over to Carolina, my assessment there, um, it's the Sebastian Aho show. He has emerged as their leader. He is their man. I don't like comparing players like this, but he is their Sidney Crosby. He is he's not really an Ovechkin style player, but he is the guy who goes in, stirs the pot, and seems to get a lot of people going. Um, I think he is an emerging star as well. I think he's not quite the superstar level. I don't know that he wants to be. I think he just wants to be Sebastian Aho, which is what makes him that much better to me. Um, I don't like when people try to compare big things like that, but Sebastian Aho does nothing but score points and get other people involved. Now, the difference is he leads goals with 16. He leads assists with 37. He has 53 total points. That's not bad. He could have a 100-point season very easily. The difference is with the Canes, for the most part, it's the same batch of about a third of them that are scoring majority of the points, but it's because the other guys are finding their roles and they're winning in the dirty areas. They're winning the forecheck. They're turning the ball over, and they're finding their finisher down the ice. It's think about basketball. If you have somebody like Dominique Wilkins here locally here in Atlanta, you have somebody like Dominique Wilkins. Can Dominique play defense? Absolutely. Can Dominique do all those other things? Absolutely. But what is Dominique really, really good at? Scoring and dunking the basketball. So if I'm on a team with him, it's my job to try to rebound the ball if I can and try to get the ball to him so that he can make a highlight. He's the human highlight reel for a reason. So that's kind of the way that Rod Brindamore has got this team playing. Is your Ahos and your Seth Jarvises, Marty Nachas, Svechnikov, who was one of my favorites, Michael Ponting. A lot of people don't talk about him. He's got 30 points right now. He's tied for third on the team with Nachos and Svechnikov. Michael Bunting comes over from Toronto. Toronto misses him dearly. They're still doing good, but boy, they wish they still had that guy. He has come over and he's one of those guys that just does his work, punch in, punch out. He's going to do it. He's going to do it with the best of his abilities, and he is just that guy. But that's the way it is they've got the normal batch. There's a couple that'll pop a goal in here or there or get on the score sheet here or there. But for the most part, it's that top third that score for the Carolina Hurricanes. And the rest of them set them up the whole time. It's constantly they are the passer and the Ahos to Jarvis, Nachos, Svechnikov, Bunting, all those guys, even Brent Burns a little bit, is he can set people up, but he can finish too. And you got the people that are setting it up, and you got the finishers, and Teravainen, who I'm a big fan of as well. You can't forget him, Svechnikov and Teravainen. It's just or Brady Skay. You guys love when I mispronounce his name, but that's kind of the way I see both these teams. Like I said, having Kochetkov as your basically number 3 goalie who bumps up to your 1 because Ranta is your returning backup. That's where he needs to be. Ranta could start 10 games in a row if you need him to. It's what's crazy is they really, when they have Frederick Anderson, when they have Pyotr Kochetkov, and when they have Antti Ranta, the Hurricanes, do them again. The Hurricanes have 3 starting goalies, where some teams don't have 1. I said there are teams in the league that would just, they might give up the farm if you really wanted it, because they just need those players to just consistently be in between net. It's not easy at all. But that I wish Frederick Anderson the best. I think he's been cleared to skate a little bit. Last I heard, I could have heard that wrong, but he's been skating a little bit. He's been slowly getting back here and there, but until you get those blood clots squared away, that's just a scary situation. It's like with anything, you got to be completely cleared before you're anywhere close. And wish the best for him. And I know Kochetkov and Ronta are going to hold down the fort until his return, and then we get to have that debate again about who stays, who moves, things like that. But lastly, I had 2 quick notes about the NHL that I want to talk about. Good old cousin Cam York. He's on my fantasy team, not just because we share a last name. I don't know if we're actual cousins or not. I just claim anybody named York that I can. But he had a spectacular goal the other night, and I didn't put it. I didn't. I'm not just saying that because last name is York. No, he had a spectacular goal where he goes to skate in. He goes to do a forehand in front of the net. It skips off the left shin of the defenseman, and kind of pops up in the air. He continues to follow the play, follows it to his right, to the goalie's left, and waits, because if he plays it any higher than he does, it's going to be played with a high stick and not count. He waits till it is just at waist level and bats it right into the goal. And the announcers made they made the point about it that he had to wait because it was, here's his waist level. If he plays it above here, it's played with a high stick, it's going to be waved off. He waits till it gets about right at his waist and just gives it that smack, and goalie never had a chance on it. Just a spectacular goal. It seems like every night spectacular goals are getting knocked in like that. I thought that was really cool. And then lastly, congratulations to one of my favorite goalies of all time, but in this case, he is getting a second chance at being a head coach. The New York Islanders have named Patrick Waugh as their new head coach. We all know things didn't go so swimmingly for him in Colorado. Things happen sometimes, but spent some time away and doing some different stuff and building up. And I think this tenure with the Islanders, he's going to be a lot better. So wish him the best with all that. And that's going to wrap up tonight's show. Appreciate you guys tuning in to another great edition of Board Check. We are here till the end of the season, working on getting some guests. I know I keep saying that, but the good thing about having the time away from the show is I was able to have a lot of conversations. There's a lot of people want to be on this show. We're going to do what we can to get them on. But until then, I am Jeremy the Impact York. Go Canes, go Preds, go Glads, go watch hockey.